Hi guys, good afternoon to everyone. Hope you are all safe here in these times. Okay, so guys, we can start now. For those who do not know me, I'm Matheus Cerqueira. I'm the Project and Initiatives Coordinator from Northeast Brazil section SAC, and we are presenting today the first webinar from the IEEE Know-How series. The Know-How series is a cycle of webinars made by Northern Brazil section about several themes related to IEEE that are very important to the volunteering. So this very specific session is about one of the three HAC projects selected for you. I'm gonna pass my turn now to speak for Emily, and hope you have a very nice presentation. Okay, so Emily, it's your turn now.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily. I'm currently the president of the IEEE East Business branch and also one of the IEEE ambassadors of the program. And the first program that is now presenting, we was made in order to us to know informations and also show them to you, regardless of activities and humanitarian activities produced by IEEE. Today, we are honored to show the project of recycling of water and fishing farm by solar propane, developed by Rodolfo Sebastian Lopes and Fagundo Manuel. Rodolfo Sebastian is a student of electrical engineering at the Faculty of Exact Sciences and Technology of the University National of Tucumán. Currently, he serves as president of the IEEE PAS Tucumán Student Chapter, and he works as a fellow in realization of a triple impact project together with the Pampa Energy Foundation. Also, Fagundo Manuel. He is a student of electronic engineering at the School of Exact Sciences and Technology of the National University of Tucumán. Currently, he is an intern in the telecommunications laboratory of the faculty and works on the project Geologicancy and monitoring of topics for the Rocco-Mole Experimental Reserve as a graduation project. Hi, you two. I'm gonna now pass the word to Rodolfo and Fagundo, and I hope that you have a nice and wonderful presentation. Bye.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Emily, and thank you, Mateus, and everybody at the Northwest Brazil section. We will start our presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and share this time with you. And I ask you, if you have a question, don't hesitate and type it in the chat. Thank you.
So please, could you see my screen properly?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Well, this is the presentation for the project Recycling of Water and Fish Farm by Solar Pumping. My name is Rodolfo Sebastián Lopez, and Facundo is here with me this afternoon, Facundo Quiroga. We are both members of the IEEE PS Student Branch Chapter in Tucumán. So we'll move on to the content of this presentation. First, we will talk about a little bit about PS Student Branch Chapter, then about the HAC project or the HAC in its context. Then we'll talk about a little bit about the UN global goals that are very important in each project you develop. And then we'll move on to the part of we talk about the project, and finally we have some experiences to share with you. So let's begin with the IEEE PS student branch chapter. Facundo, please.
Well, now I'm going to talk a little bit about our chapter. We are in the north of Argentina. Tucumán is the north of Argentina, and here in Tucumán was declared Argentina's independence in 1816. And here is the National University of Tucumán, to which we belong. This year, due to the pandemic, we did a lot of activities, but in the virtual form. For example, we celebrate these virtual talks, with distinguished speakers like the president elected for 2020, Susan Cathy Land, among others. And well, in 2019, we did a lot of activities like technical visits. For example, in this slide, we can see when we were to the INTI. INTI is the National Institute for Technological Industry in Tucumán. Here we went to a facility of brewing beer in Tucumán also. And here it's a technical visit in Salta. It's a province in the north of Tucumán. We went to the thermal, central thermal in Salta, and here is a workshop of electric installations realized on Saturday mornings in the office of our student chapter at the university. And here we organize a talk about energy efficiency together with INTI. Well, these are some of the events we organize thanks to the commitment and effort of our team. We achieved a rewarding recognition by PES, and we are among the best chapters in the world.
So, well, at this point, I'd like to thank everyone who supported us.
Rodo.
Can you hear me? Please confirm it.
Okay. Continue.
So at this point, as I said, I wanted to thank everybody who supported us in these years, and it's so special to be here with people from Northwest Brazil section, because PS has some extraordinary leaders in this section who helped us so much, like Amanda Forte, Isabel dos Santos, Gabriel Burgos, who is also celebrating his birthday today. So happy birthday, Gabriel. Luis Araujo, Mateo Souto, among others. So thank you so much for them, for helping us, for supporting us, and be inspiration for us to reach this recognition, this global recognition that means too much for us. So let's move on to the next part of the presentation. In this part is talk about IEEE HAC, HAC, the Humanitarian Activities Committee that I guess it's much more than a committee. So it's the Humanitarian Activities Committee that works with the initiatives that has to be with humanitarian tasks, and it enables IEEE volunteers around the world to carry out and support impactful humanitarian technology and sustainable development activities at the local level. It's one of the IEEE branches or the IEEE divisions that is so close with communities, so close with societies, in order to reach objectives to the well-being of people. So here we have some R9 projects that have been developed in the last years. For instance, the one in Bolivia that has to be with the health of rural people, and here's one of Argentina that has to be with a pumping system in the Patagonian steppe. I forgot to mention that this presentation is very interactive, so you can access through these links. I guess the organizers will share this presentation to you, so when you receive it, you can drive into these photos or these links to get more information about them. So now we talk about the IEEE HAC leaders. Well, Kartik Kulkarni is the chair of this committee that has some subcommittees like the projects one, the communications, the events, and others. But at this point, we like to mention these people that is very close to our project, and I think they are very close to every project around the world. And those are Holly Schneider-Brown, Juliana Pichardo, and Betsy Toland, that has been talking with us so continuously. And well, Pia Torres too. Well, I guess everybody at Region 9 know her. So it's a great advantage that she's working on the IEEE HAC committee as the chair of the ad hoc committee. It's a great advantage, as I said, because she is from Region 9, she's from Argentina, and she knows our realities, our the things we live every day. So we have to thank these girls, these powerful girls, for helping us. So now we talk about the HAC funding opportunities. We have 4 kind of funding opportunities that are events, psych projects, and conference participation. For instance, I know that people from Universidad Federal da Paraíba organized an event, last year, a hack event, and also people from Guaratinguetá. I don't know if I pronounced properly, but they are good examples of an application of a hack event in Brazil. So you have, as I said, side projects or projects. We have to establish a big difference between side projects and projects, because if you want to apply to a side project, you have to be into a side group. You have to create it and be a volunteer at the side group. But well, the hack project it doesn't need this requirement. You can go into a hack project by organized by your section or by your student branch or by your student branch chapter, but you don't need to be part of a site group. Well, at this point, I listed another funding opportunities, and this one is EPICS. It's not related to hack, but it has a similar scope. I don't know how many of you were at the student branch regional meeting last weekend, but in that occasion, we had great lecturers who spoke about these issues, like Tiago Alencar or Pia Torres itself, who were talking about these opportunities, EPICS, IEEE Smart Village, HAC. So I listed here these this project or this program, not related to HAC directly, but has a similar scope in order to benefit the humankind. So let's move on now to the UN Global Goals. Facundo, please.
Yes, the Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations are a call to action for all countries to promote prosperity while protecting the planet. What do you think about it? What will those goals be? I invite you to enter to this site, slide.do, with this code to answer this, to respond with in a more entertainment way. Please enter to this site. It's like a game.
Yeah, you can find this game, I think, at the slide. Though, put that code in the bar and let us know what you think about the UN development goals.
Yes.
Please be concise in one word or two.
34462.
Yeah, that's the code. 34462. 34462. So we are waiting for your responses. Equality, we have a question, a response,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, you have to introduce a word. What you think are the purpose of these objectives proposed by the United Nations?
So we are waiting for you to answer. Don't be shy, please. Action, humanitarian. Yeah. Sorry. It's your.
Great. Action.
Accessibility. Okay, those are the good words.
Yeah.
So go on.
Yes. Well, the Sustainable Development Goals are a call for action by all countries to promote prosperity while protecting the planet. They recognize that ending poverty must go hand in hand with the strategies that build economic growth and address a range of social needs, including education, health, social protection, and job opportunities, while tackling climate change and environmental protection. We believe that the main objectives to which our project aims are the following: no poverty, zero hunger, clean water, please move on, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, and climate action, 6 in total. We believe that the main benefit is the care of an essential resource, such as the water, which is limited in this area. By working with the solar system panels, we are helping to lower greenhouse gas emissions and contributing to slow down the climate change. At the same time, the trout farm will be a very important spot, touristical spot in the region to provide employment and food to the indigenous community.
So, Facu talked a little bit about the project, but now we can go on with this part of the presentation. So, as I mentioned before, the project is named Recycling of Water in Fish Farm by Solar Pumping. Here is a beautiful photo we took at Amaicha del Valle, where the project is developing. Here you can see our members of the IEEE chapter, and the engineer Jorge Mercado, who is part of Coprodesa, the NGO that is helping us in this process. So I invite you to watch this short video about the project. Is so short, and then we can go on into this presentation.
Bueno, este proyecto surgió hace ya un tiempo. La idea es sostener lo que ancestralmente viene sucediendo acá. Entonces, agregar algo nuevo como la cría de truchas es todo un desafío porque estamos en medio del desierto. Entonces, estamos en eso, tratar de continuar con ese proyecto, con esa idea, con esa impronta de crecer acá en el lugar y tenemos huertas y la idea también es abonar o enriquecer la tierra con el agua que dejan las truchas. Otro desafío que tenemos es reciclarla al agua. Por eso estamos con una ONG que nos está dando una mano, con gente de la universidad. Estamos por trabajar ahora en el gran desafío de reciclar el agua, simular un río.
Well, this video depicts some of the main issues of our project. As you could see, we are working on the recycling of water in fish farm by the installation of solar panels. But first, we will talk about the steps or the steps I consider that are important to you in order to develop a good HAC project and succeed into your mission. So the first one for me is to be aware of the IEEE HAC call for projects and deadlines. I didn't mention before, I think, but each one of the funding opportunities has their own deadlines. So you have to be aware of that. You have to keep an eye on the calendar and be prepared for the moment to apply and for the moment to go into this application and give the best of yourself. So meanwhile, you can begin training. And that's very important because IEEE-HAC offers you some useful resources that you should use. And it's important for you to succeed, as I told you before. You can find these resources at IEEE HAC platform or at IEEE Learning Network. And there you can learn about sustainable development, which Facu has already told us, or a design of a sustainable project. In fact, you have some useful material to learn. So I remember you that this presentation has lots of links, so you can access there by clicking on the images. I think almost every image has a link. So when you receive it, I guess the organizers will share with you. When you receive it, you can drive into these links. The third step for me is prepare a good application. And at this point, I want to mention that you have to keep in mind some key factors like the feasibility of the project, the budget you will need for developing it, who your stakeholders are, and the social return on investments. I think they are the key factors, the main aspects. Obviously, you have much more, and each project has its own circumstances and its own advantages and disadvantages, maybe. But I think these 4 topics are the most important for the implementation. So talking a little bit about the step 3, I wanted to show you this big canvas business model. I don't know if you can watch it properly, but anyhow, I will tell you the post I posted in the platform. What does this canvas model mean? Is a canvas is a tool for projects of triple impact, and then you can find the key topics that would guide you to implement a project. These are the what are you trying to do? What are your solutions? The who will be your allies, or the ones who will be benefit by the implementation of the project, or who will help you in this trip. You have also, the how you will interact with your allies and with your providers and with your investors, and the how much. That means how much you will spend, how much money you will spend, or how you will measure your impact, or even which are the main fundings that you have for implementing the project. For instance, we mentioned some stakeholders, like in our project, like the IEEE HAC, obviously, but then the Coprodesa NGO and the indigenous community of Amaicha Valle. Let's remember that this project is aimed to be developed in the Amaicha Valle, an indigenous community in the north of Tucumán. So they are very important for this project. We expect that they take an active role in this stage. So they are a key stakeholder for us. What else can I mention? Well, our purpose, as the video said, is to recycle water in a zone that it's so dry, it's almost a desert, that has rainy days just in summertime. I mean, December, January, and that's all. So it's important to take care of a limited resource as the water, and to raise awareness of the importance of it. So you can drive through this canvas model later, but it's a powerful resource and it's a powerful tool to clarify your project and keep in mind what are you doing. So the next step, the 4th step, is wait for the results. For instance, our documents were sent by January, and we got the results of the final days of March, and those days were like this GIF we are showing you here. The suspense is killing us. They were just 2 months, but the time was so slow those weeks. But then the result was good, and we were very happy to achieve this stage. No, I'd like to mention that recycling water in fish farm was the first project that was found for a IEEE PS chapter, or an IEEE chapter, a student brand chapter. In general, they are held for sections or student branches or another organizational unit, but it was the first time that an IEEE chapter was recognized with this funding. And the fifth step is to begin running like forest and to put hands on work. And now we can continue with Facu's presentation. So,
well, run, Forest, run. Here is the first meeting with the director of the NGO, Coprodesa, and the first task we had was to encounter a suitable schedule to the bus, to the trip to Amaicha. Amaicha is located at the northwest of Tucumán to 164 kilometers, 3 hours in bus. And well, we part to get on the bus at 6 a.m. And arrived like 9:10. Please move on. Here we are in the bus. In total, we were 10 persons, and at the right, we had a talk with the cacique. It was a very interesting talk, and he received us a very lovely way. Please move on. And here when we arrived to Amaicha, we get lost. We're lost on the road because we get off of the bus 4 kilometers before the point, and when we hadn't a signal in the mobile, and well, it's here in the farm. We could see our classmate, our colleague, el chino, le decimos, looking for a solution for a problem with the water, and at the right we can see how other classmates washing one of the pools, and in the center we can see the lake, mini lake, I don't know how to say, laguna, and with full of trout. In the place we have pools and a lake, and here's literally like the meme. We all wash the pool, but here we can see how Alejandro is eating toast with jam.
Yeah, I am taking photos there. So it seems like a meme. Just Juan is fishing on the pond. But well, the pond was very small, let's say, and we had no space for much people to get into that. Yeah. So I am trying to justify that meme.
Here, he is the engineer, the Jorge Mercado. We are in a class, and we were learning about the pools and the system of recycling water, because our team is formed by, it's a multidisciplinary team. We have a member of electric engineering and chemical, industrial, and not all know about solar energy or renewable energy, and here we all were learning of that. Here the professor is our member colleague, Pablo. He's from chemical engineering, and we were learning about the chemical of the water, how to recycle it. Well, this year, due to the pandemic, we can't come back to Amaicha, but in the place, the Jorge Mercado, and the NGO bought the materials and continue the work, constructing, making a new pool and a new how can I say control room will be the batteries, and all of the electronic of the panels, and etc. Here is a recently new. In August, the engineer Mercado told us that in Amaicha was born the first trout, because before we had to import from the Patagonia, Argentina, but here we can see how he incuba the trout. It's a good news.
Yeah, it's the first time that trouts are born and at Amaicha, Tucumán. So it was like a big moment for us too. So experiences, what we've learned so far, Facu. Facundo?
Well, I'm going to talk about my experience. Could you hear me? Can you hear me, Rolo?
Yes.
Thank you. Personally, this project was very rewarding. I'm applying many knowledge and skills that I acquired in the university, and also others that only obtain when one is involved in this project of this importance. I learned, for example, how to deal with vendors, how to find the best budget, as well as technical knowledge about solar pumping and solar energy, which in my case was very poor because I am from the telecommunication area. There is an error in the flyer. I am studying electronic engineering.
So what I've learned, I learned to develop writing and reporting skills. That's so important because that's the way you report if your project is working good or bad, or the results you are taking at the moment you write them. I learned to interact with the stakeholders. As I mentioned, they are very important for the health of the project. As the community, indigenous community, or Coprodesa as the NGO, of course, IEEE, HAC, and everyone involved in the process of this project. So it's a good skill I've learned so far. Well, managing a large-scale project with my mistakes, with my faults and errors, but I think this will be a good experience for my life, for my professional career, in order to learn what I did in the past, or learn from those mistakes or the things that I did well. So that was a good point of this session. And working collaboratively, well, IEEE helped us a lot in this topic. So I encourage you to be part of an IEEE group if you're not, and if you are, move on, keep on, and do your best in order to succeed in your student branch or in your student branch chapter or on your organizational unit. Sorry. As we move on, then we can learn. We can talk. Sorry, about the SWOT matrix. And it has to be with strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we can mention here a lot of factors that has to be with our project. Like one strength that we can define is the willingness to keep on, the willingness to learn, the willingness to move on, keeping this project. Maybe one weakness is the lack of experience. We are conscious that this is a great project, and at the first moment we couldn't dimension it, I think. So we are learning from that. It's a weakness that we are taking the advantage of it. As I mentioned before, one day we'll discover that we've made this project a reality, and we are really hoping for that. But it wasn't easy, and that's the key of this. That's the good side of this implementation. Sorry. Opportunities. Well, IEEE hack. There are opportunities, grateful opportunities for us. The resources that provided us, not only the economic fundings, but the formation, the information, the support of everyone involved, the committee. So there are lots of opportunities we are taking, and we are learning of. Sorry. And threats. Well, threats. We can talk about the big threat of this year, that was the pandemic. COVID-19 delayed a lot of projects, not only ours, but many projects around the world, and many personal projects. I mean, we also thought at the beginning of the year, well, this year I will be graduated, or this year I will be at a new job, and this year I will move to another country, maybe, and we couldn't, luckily. But well, we had to take some advantages of those time of crisis in order to succeed, in order to improve, to go ahead with our projects. Not only IEEE hack projects, but personal projects, I mean. So at this point, I like to tell you that this presentation, as the project is under execution still, has been focused on some good advice. I don't know how to. I don't know if I'm telling this as advices, but some recommendations for you, that you take the resources and take the tools that IEEE provides you, that everybody can get involved with the IEEE project, and everybody has the doors open. But you have to learn, have to be eager to learn, eager to improve. It's a long way, and well, we are working on that. Maybe one day we'll come back with people from Northwest, sorry, section, and tell you the results of these projects, that the panels were installed, the truths were more truths were born, and that more ponds were constructed. But at this point, we can only tell you some things that we have passed through this year. Some things that are good experiences or impactful experiences for us. So so you can move on and you can have a better result or succeed even more than us. That is always the point that IEEE volunteers pursue. And so, just to end, this is the final exam. Are you ready to suffer? No, I invite you to go to the Kahoot.it. I guess that's a very Argentinian tradition to play Kahoot, and I discovered that in R9 it's also a big tradition. So if you are a IEEE R9 member, you will know what Kahoot is. Enter this code 4404142. I'll open the bots in a minute. So wait for me, please. I am opening the session. It will be in a minute. So the game is open. Please enter to kahoot.it and enter that code. Sorry, the code was modified. This is the new code. It's 5770299. That's the new code.
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, it's 5770299.
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody can write them in the chat box, but it's 5770299. Luisa is the first one, Julia Herrera, Luis Fernando. Welcome to this Kahoot. Sorry. I forgot one basic thing in this Kahoot, that is sharing my screen. Sorry. By the way, we had only 3 people playing, so it was kind of boring. So let's try again. I'll stop. I suggest you that you have the divided screen in order to watch my screen, my presentation at YouTube, and the Kahoot one, because the questions and answers will be in separated screens. So I'll share it in a moment, please. Kahoot. Yeah, I guess you can see my screen, my Kahoot screen. Well, I begin, and that's the code 104774. That's the code. Please enter into the game. For the final, it's 104774. Luisa, Luis Fernando, Julia Herrera, please come back. Let's play. You have to go into kahoot.it. Here we are. Ana Ellen, Bebs, Julia Herrera, Guy. We have Tazio. Nice. We are getting more people in the game. Luis Fernando, welcome back. Felipe, I don't know where he is. Go. That's the test, the final test of this presentation. So, where's Tucumán located? I guess Facu told you something about Tucumán at the beginning. I don't know if he said the center, the northern, of the eastern, or northern Argentina. Of course, we are in the north, but unluckily, many people answer that we are in south, in the Patagonia. No, we are in the north of Argentina. What does IEEE mean? Humanitarian Activities Charter, Humanitarian Activities Council, Humanitarian Activities Committee, or Humanitarian Applications Committee. Of course, Activities Committee, the HAC. All is in the
top.
The top. Which one is not the HAC founding opportunity? The events, the IEEE site, the IEEE epics, or the conference participation? Which one is not an HAC funding opportunity? Epics, of course, epics is. I said that it wasn't a HAC funding opportunity. Ana Ellen, I don't know if you can see the screen because you have 0 points, but let's move on. What does that triple impact mean? A social, economic, and environmental luxury, a way to develop sustainable development properly, finding solutions, or all of them are correct. All of them are correct because it was kind of tricky. So Oli is leading this game. The fifth question is, according to the slides, how many SDG our project developed? 4, 5, 6, or 7? According to the slides, remember. 6. Yeah, Facu mentioned it. There were 6. IEEE. SDG goals, sorry. So the sixth question, according to the slides, how many steps you have to follow in the development of a HAC project? I guess I said it, but I don't know. 4, 5, 6, or none of them is correct. That's according to me. Of course, you have several follow steps or even more, but according to me, you have 5 steps to follow. Is it necessary to be part of a SAC group to develop a HAC project? Think well, please. Think well. It's false because you have to be part of a SAC group if you want to develop a SAC project, but it's not necessary for a HAC one. So what's the meaning of stakeholders? People or organizations affected by similar projects, peoples or organizations affected by some projects, activities, and decisions. Yeah, that's the stakeholders. But I have to say that the yellow one was very similar. But congrats, sorry. And then Luis Fernando, and then I can watch that. Congratulations all. Thank you for playing this game.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us in this Kahoot. And so now we can go on the presentation. Wait for me. Well, thank you for joining us the Kahoot. And these are our way of contact. As I told you, I'm Rodolfo Sebastián López. That's my email. Facu has its own email, facundoquiroga@IEEE.org. And this is our student grant chapter email, sbc.p.tucuman@IEEE.org. So you can follow us at Facebook, we are capítulo estudiantil IEEE PES Tucumán, or PES Tucumán in Instagram, and our website that is too cute and very beautiful, IEEE PES Tucumán website.com /SBC PE. I'm sorry. So thank you so much. I want to thank again everybody at in Northwest Brazil section. I want to thank Mateus, Guilherme, Emily that were at the panel, Tasio, Luisa, who first invited me, Luis Araujo, well, everybody. I know you are a great team, and I am very happy. This was my first presentation, my first webinar, my first international webinar. So I guess you could guess, obviously, that I was a little bit nervous. Hope you can understand it. And well, that's the time of questions. If you have some, Facu, please.
Yes,
Also.
we have a question from Ana Helen Carvalho. What are the main difficulties encountered and implementing the project recycling water in fish farm using a solar power pump? How did you overcome this difficulty?
Okay. Well, I think the one of the greatest difficulties were the lack of experience. I mentioned it because when we applied, well, we had some expectations, and we thought that it wouldn't be easier, but it wouldn't be that difficult. So I guess that was one of the greatest ones. How did we overcome it? Well, we are learning. We are going through this trip. We are eager to learn, as I mentioned. We know that many IEEE HAC projects are being developed around the world, and also another kind of projects, and we take lessons from them. For instance, we became the sixth best chapter, PS chapter around the world, and that was by learning from people from from Northwest Brazil section, people from Peru section, people from R9 in general. They were amazing chapters. So we decided to go into this trip, taking the best opportunities, and we reached that position. So that philosophy, I guess, it's the one we are applying into this. The lack of experience is one of the greatest difficulties, but we are eager to learn. We are eager to improve. Eager to know people who are working on projects like that, and so on. So I hope that was one of the difficulties. Obviously we have the pandemic this year, but it affected everybody. So I didn't mention it, but I think they are the two greatest difficulties at this time.
Yes, we have other question about from Luisa Araujo. What do you take under consideration when deciding how much you would ask IEEE? For example, transport, housing, food.
That's a good question. And I showed some topics at the big canvas model. So I'm going backwards. So here it is. For instance, here it says cost structure. We mentioned things like transport, materials, obviously, marketing and communications, Here we added deposit rental, and that was a recommendation from Pia Torres that told us, well, you buy the solar panels, for instance, but I don't know, will you have them in Facu's house, for instance? I don't know, or the solar panels are, well, small in that case, but I don't know, a bomb or things like that. Well, we have to keep in mind where to storage them, and this is a key factor that she suggested us. Also, we can mention in this stage of transport how much not only, sorry, the cost of hours transport of our trip to Amaicha, but the cost of transporting the materials, the equipment, those kind of things. So it's a big concept, I think. Another question?
No, I think it's all.
Well, if you have some more questions, we'll be open to answer them. Sorry, I had somebody was talking.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you, Fernando and Rodolfo, and I can say that for everyone that is involved in the project. And thank you for not only showing the presentation, but also sharing your experience and sharing your knowledge, and also sharing your project with us. And I'm very sure that this presentation is going to help and also inspire other IEEE members to create their own projects. And I think this is the most important, that this event can bring to us, is this sharing, this opportunity to learn and also receive. And I would like to also thank everyone who watched this and is here with us. And remind you a presentation that is going to take place in the cycle of a Know-How-HAC project. So I'm inviting you to come and watch the next ones. Mateus?
Yeah, I just want to thank Rodolfo and Facundo for being available for this presentation. I think it was a great experience for learning more about the submissions and difficulties, and also the results of implementing an HAC project in IEEE. So I expect that this webinar, along with the other two that will come in next Saturday, will incentivize more people to apply for HAC, and we'll have more humanitarian projects in Region 9. So thank you, Rodolfo, thank you, Facundo, and thank you all guys who have watched us. I'll see you in next Saturday.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the invitation.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.